A sari stained crimson, the story of Bilkis. Bilkis ran. She ran as if her life depended on it because it did. The streets were no longer safe and every corner held a new danger. Her heart hammered in her chest, a relentless drumbeat of fear and desperation. Each step she took was a gamble, a desperate bid for survival. Her breath came in ragged gasps, each inhale burning her lungs. The air was thick with smoke and the acrid smell of tear gas, making it hard to breathe, hard to think. The air was thick with tear gas and fear. It clung to her skin, her clothes, her very soul. The once familiar streets of Dhaka had transformed into a war zone. Her vibrant red sari, now stained crimson, clung to her trembling frame. The fabric, once a symbol of her culture and pride, now bore the marks of violence and despair. The dye was a cruel parody of the blood staining the streets of Dhaka. The city she loved was bleeding, and so was she in more ways than one. Her city, her home, was engulfed in chaos. The familiar sounds of daily life were replaced by the cacophony of protests, sirens, and cries for help. She remembered the day the unrest began. It started with whispers, quiet conversations in the market, murmurs of discontent that grew louder with each passing day. The whispers of discontent had escalated into a roar. The people of Dhaka, tired of broken promises and injustice, took to the streets, their voices united in a call for change. Protests erupted, demanding change, demanding justice. The air was electric with hope and anger, a volatile mix that could ignite at any moment. The government responded with force, turning peaceful demonstrations into battlegrounds. The clash between the people's hope and the government's fear was violent and unforgiving. Bilkis, a street vendor selling fragrant jasmine garlands, found herself caught in the crossfire. Her small stall, a beacon of beauty and tradition, was now a target in the storm. Her livelihood, her life upended by the storm of political turmoil. The jasmine flowers, once symbols of purity and peace, were now trampled underfoot, just like her dreams. Her story, a single thread in the intricate tapestry of Bangladesh's unrest. Each thread, each life, woven together in a complex pattern of struggle and resilience. Her story, a microcosm of the human cost of conflict. Each face in the crowd had a story, each one a testament to the enduring spirit of the people. A stark reminder that behind the headlines, behind the political rhetoric, lay shattered lives and broken dreams. Bilkis's story was just one of many, a poignant chapter in the ongoing saga of a nation's struggle for justice and peace. Whispers of dissent, the unrest unfolds. Bangladesh, a land of vibrant colors and resilient people, found itself grappling with a familiar specter, political unrest. A nation born from struggle, its history etched with the scars of revolution and the fight for democracy. The current unrest, a complex web of grievances and aspirations. Economic inequality, allegations of corruption, and a shrinking space for dissent fueled the flames of discontent. The streets became a stage for anger, frustration, and a yearning for change. Protests, initially peaceful, were met with a heavy hand. The air filled with the acrid smell of tear gas, the staccato rhythm of gunfire. Fear seeped into the heart of the nation, casting a long shadow over its future. The world watched, headlines screaming of violence and chaos. But behind the sensationalism, behind the political posturing, lay the untold stories of ordinary Bangladeshis, their lives, their hopes caught in the maelstrom. Lost dreams and broken promises, the price of instability. The unrest exacted a heavy toll. The economy, already fragile, teetered on the brink. Businesses shuttered, livelihoods lost. The streets, once bustling with life, wore an eerie silence. Schools closed, robbing children of their education, their innocence. Hospitals, overwhelmed with the injured, struggled to cope. The fabric of society, woven over generations, began to fray. For every life lost, countless others were irrevocably altered. The dreams of a young student aspiring to be a doctor shattered by a stray bullet. The hopes of a shopkeeper, his business reduced to ashes, extinguished. The human cost of the unrest, a tragic symphony of loss, displacement, and shattered dreams. A stark indictment of the failure to safeguard the most vulnerable. Section 4. A teacher's plight, the struggle for education in tumultuous times. In the heart of Dhaka, amidst the chaos and clamor of street protests, the struggle for education has never been more palpable. The streets, filled with the cries of unrest, echo the silent cries of countless children yearning for a chance to learn. Mrs. Islam, a dedicated teacher at a small school in Dhaka, watched the unrest unfold with a heavy heart. Each protest, each clash was a stark reminder of the challenges her students faced daily. The classroom, once her sanctuary, now stood empty. Desks overturned, chairs scattered. It was a haunting image of dreams deferred. The cheerful chatter of her students replaced by an unsettling silence. The walls that once echoed with laughter and learning now stood as silent witnesses to the turmoil outside. She worried about her students, their futures uncertain. Each day she pondered the fate of those young minds, wondering if they would ever return to the safety and structure of her classroom. Education, their passport to a better life, held hostage by the turmoil. The very foundation of their future was under threat, and the weight of that reality bore heavily on her shoulders. She knew the importance of nurturing young minds, of fostering hope in the face of adversity. Every lesson, every word of encouragement was a lifeline for her students, a beacon guiding them through the darkness. Determined to keep the flame of learning alive, she started holding clandestine classes in her small apartment. It was a risky endeavor, but one she embraced wholeheartedly. Risking her safety, she provided a haven for her students, a space where they could escape the chaos and embrace the power of knowledge. Her apartment became a sanctuary, a place where dreams could still be nurtured. Her story, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. In the face of overwhelming odds, she stood firm, a pillar of strength and hope for her students, a beacon of hope amidst the darkness. A reminder that even in the face of adversity, the pursuit of knowledge must continue. Her unwavering dedication illuminated the path forward, proving that education is a light that can never be extinguished, even in the darkest of times. Section 5. The weight of uncertainty, navigating daily life amidst unrest. The unrest cast a long shadow over everyday life. Fear became a constant companion. The simplest of tasks, like buying groceries or visiting a loved one, transformed into acts of courage. The streets, once familiar and welcoming, turned into a labyrinth of danger. Checkpoints, manned by armed personnel, became a part of daily life. The constant threat of violence hung heavy in the air. Families huddled together, seeking solace in their shared anxiety. Sleep became a luxury, punctuated by nightmares and the fear of the unknown. The weight of uncertainty pressed down, suffocating hope. Yet, even in the darkest of times, the human spirit found ways to endure. Acts of kindness, small but significant, offered glimmers of hope. Neighbors helping neighbors, sharing scarce resources, and offering a comforting word. Section 6. A mother's resilience, finding strength in adversity. Amina, a single mother of two, knew hardship. The unrest, however, presented a new set of challenges. Her small tea stall, her only source of income, forced to close. Her children, their education disrupted, their laughter silenced by fear. Yet Amina refused to succumb to despair. She knew she had to be strong for her children. She found odd jobs, cleaning houses, washing clothes, anything to put food on the table. She drew strength from her children's resilience, their unwavering spirit. In their eyes, she saw the reflection of her own determination, the unyielding hope that sustained them through the darkest of nights. Her story, a testament to the extraordinary strength of mothers, their unwavering love, a beacon of hope in the face of adversity. A reminder that even in the most challenging times, the human spirit finds a way to persevere. Section 7. A young activist's plea, hope for a peaceful tomorrow. In a world often overshadowed by conflict and strife, the desire for peace becomes a beacon of hope. This hope is not just a distant dream, but a tangible goal that many strive for, especially the youth who envision a brighter future. Amidst the chaos and despair, a new generation of voices emerged. These voices, though young, carried the weight of their community's hopes and dreams. They were not just passive observers, but active participants in the quest for change. Young activists, armed with nothing but their convictions and a yearning for a better future, dared to raise their voices. They believed that their actions, no matter how small, could ripple out and create significant change. Their courage was a testament to their unwavering belief in the power of peaceful protest. They organized peaceful protests, demanding an end to the violence, a return to dialogue. These gatherings were not just about making noise, but about making a statement. They wanted to show that peace was possible, that dialogue could replace discord. They used social media to amplify their message, to connect with others who shared their vision for a more just and equitable Bangladesh. Through online campaigns, they reached a global audience, garnering support and solidarity from people around the world. One such voice belonged to Reza, a young student leader. Reza's journey was not an easy one, but his determination never wavered. He became a symbol of hope for many, a reminder that one voice could indeed make a difference. He spoke of peace, of unity, of the need to bridge the divides that had torn their nation apart. His speeches were not just words, but calls to action, urging everyone to come together and work towards a common goal. His words, passionate and heartfelt, resonated with many, offering a glimmer of hope for a brighter tomorrow. People from all walks of life found inspiration in his message, realizing that they too had a role to play in building a peaceful future. Their courage, their unwavering belief in the power of peaceful change offered a ray of hope. It was a reminder that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit could shine brightly, guiding the way towards a better tomorrow. A reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit yearns for light, for unity, for a world where dialogue replaces violence. This yearning is what drives us forward, what keeps the flame of hope alive, and what ultimately leads us to a peaceful tomorrow.